Johnson closing in on 1,000. It's almost like having another assistant coach in that room to bounce ideas off of and so forth.
Are you telling me or asking me?
I'm asking if he's almost like having another assistant.
Yeah, he's a great pro. I've known EJ back when we were the international tournaments, the Olympics, a long time. Shawzy knows him forever. That's the reason why he's here. You know, he loved his time here last year. Called Danny and I. We talked over the summer, and Stalzy was going to retire, and kind of in the same type of situation as Stalzy is. We've got banged up a little bit. Z has struggled, and he's got some ice time more than I thought he would. Handles himself very well.
He's dealt with a lot of injuries in his career, and is it just a testament to maybe who he is that he kind of battled through everything to reach?
Yeah, he like he told me, he wants to be in the locker room. He knows his role. I don't think he thought he'd be playing this much this early, but he accepted the role. He says, "I just want to be in the room. I want to be part of it." I know he was part of a number of meetings last year when we had some struggles, and that's what's kind of piqued Danny and I's interest. Injuries, he's a pro. He gets through it and has always done it that way.
You mentioned Tyson and Owen Tippett after the last game as being, important guys, and the wingers are maybe the strength of your team, and you'd like them to get going. You've also mentioned that you're trying to put more of an emphasis on getting to the front of the net. Are those two guys that maybe they could crash and bang a little bit more in front of the net in order to just get something ugly, and maybe that gets them going a little bit?
Yeah, they can. I think the biggest thing is we don't have the puck. I think we have improved defensively around our goalie because we're getting a lot of practice at it in the games. We're just there too often, and Tyson and Tip, for them to get their game back, they have to be stronger on the puck. Remember Tyson struggled last year scoring goals, and he was here because he had probably one of the heaviest, strongest sticks I've seen out of a young kid. I coached a guy in Panarin who has probably the strength of his hands and sticks, one of the best in the league. I compared Tyson to him last year, I think I remember. Haven't seen it. Haven't seen it out of Tip. So I always look at, they're not scoring goals, which we dearly need, but I look why. I look further back on what's going on in their game, and the concentration and the quite honestly the hardness of it of playing in those areas, protecting pucks, winning battles, is not there.
I talked to Sean Couturier after practice, and he mentioned that one of the offensive issues that he's identified is maybe too often guys are trying to do things one-on-one. They're maybe not using their line mates as well as they can, post-entry and then in the offensive zone. Are you seeing that as well?
Yeah. I'm not sure how Sean put it to you, but when you end up one-on-one is where you lack support, and we talked about that the other night. And where I don't think I don't think we're close enough to the puck, entering, sustaining the forecheck. I think we're defensively. I think we're dead on being close to the puck. We're filling the middle of the ice where we got if the puck's in the corner, we're all there. Totally opposite in the offensive zone. We're too spread. We're just not close enough to make just maybe a little area play. So you don't have to worry about putting it through a stick where it gets knocked down. You can put it into an area and a guy can skate on it. That's on entries and in the forecheck. Quite honestly, I think our tracking back and our reloads have been good. I don't think we're pinching enough. We're looking at the tape. I don't think why we're a little shy and not going down the wall. I don't know. These are going to be things they're going to be seeing tomorrow's meeting. We have opportunities to sustain a forecheck and keep the puck in, and I think we're just a little bit too on our heels. And maybe that's the losing. You lose some games, and maybe you just get a little bit too careful. We can't be careful. We've got to be more aggressive. We've got to be closer, and we've got to start banging the walls.
You mentioned about the pinching. Have you liked, I guess, in recent games, the third man high? Has that been better or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
That plays into pinching.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where the third man high not only plays into pinching, but it also plays into making a play to the third man. Like there's a play. It's one of my second or third clips I have for tomorrow, where Beezer comes up in between the 2D that are wide. Throw it to Beezer. He throws it to the net, just wings it there. It's a great chance by Bobby. Bobby Brink tips it, and we don't get a goal, but we don't get them spread because we're not using that top half of the ice. We are in the first half of the ice in the offense zone. We're spread in the corners. We're spread too wide east-west. We're not even using the top half of the ice, and we've got to start just simplifying, get three high so we can pinch and also use that guy and see if we can get the defense swimming a little bit. When there's a third guy high, who goes forward, D, they have to make a decision. We're not making teams make decisions at all.
Morgan Frost is the guy that said he knows he can create and score more. And how much are you trying to stick with him through this?
Trying like hell.
Yeah.
Trying like hell.
Do you feel like your leash is maybe starting to shorten it?
It certainly is.
Emil Andre had a really good preseason this year, and he's really been taking his opportunities since his call-up. What is your assessment of his game been so far?
Like I told him today, if I think he struggles a little bit just with the size of people. Not a big guy himself, but the part of the game I like is his transition game. I like what he's done on the power play too. The second power play unit the other night was by far much more effective than the first. I love what he's doing with the puck. He tends to be a little inconsistent and not on his toes as far as defending. If we can cure that, because he's a willing kid, but he's got to get better anticipation skills for him to maybe get to pucks in the defensive zone instead of just closing big bodies out that's where he struggles. He might be able to get to the puck first and get us going. So his anticipation skills defensively, that's what I like to see him concentrate on. But I'm going to leave him alone offensively because I think he makes some really good plays offensively, and I think he's got some moxie as far as not being afraid to make a play.
You talk about the transition game. You're going to face Sean Walker tomorrow in Carolina. He was a big part of that
Yep.
when he was with the group. Is he someone maybe who can fill that spot? Is he someone who can fill that spot? And are you surprised maybe how much the transition game is lacking without Sean Walker in the lineup?
Yeah, Walks is a really good player. I'm not sure how he's playing in Carolina, but he was really good for us, and where nobody kind of even knew who he was before he came here. I think Emil, he's a little bit different. I think Walks understands positioning better and is just better on the other part of the ice. But Emil has the same type of mentality as far as looking to get the puck out quick, not use his partner, looking to get up the ice quick. He made a couple of plays in that second period where I thought we were one of our better 15 minutes of transition and forechecking. Every clip I have, basically, it starts with Emil getting it up the ice, chip it off the wall, let us skate onto it. A quick play up the ice. He's in the tape all over the place as far as transition. So yeah, it's funny what happens with that position when you come up from the minors and other guys are in better position maybe, or maybe they're just better players. Sometimes the player is better in the National Hockey League than in the American League. And I'm not sure if that's what Emil is, but what he's done with his minutes here has certainly caught our eye and has kept Z out longer than I really want him to be, because we still cannot forget Z because we have to develop him. But I'm going to have to make some decisions here along the way. Yorkie comes back, and I got to make some decisions.
John, are you able to share?
Sam and Cam. Anything further on the injuries with Cam and Sam?
No, I have no information.
Are they going on the trip?
I don't even know. I don't know.
With Kolosov, obviously maybe this is his time to step into the role as the number one guy. I mean, what are you hoping to see from him this week? You talked about he has a big personality with his game.
With his game, he doesn't. I don't think I've seen him say a word. But I think he fights. You can see he fights. I wasn't crazy about the goals, but I think he fought and in a tough spot to come into, a team struggling and trying to find its footing in this league. And I just didn't think he looked afraid at all. And he was off that bench once. I'm trying to get Ursa's attention because I knew Urs hurt himself, and I did not want it to get worse. I was trying to get the game to stop because I wanted to get him out of there. And he knew exactly what was going on. And he had his shit on pretty quickly. He was skating on that ice before I even gave him the nod that he's going. So I like that aggressiveness.
Do you think the team plays a little bit better, maybe in front of someone who doesn't have as much NHL experience and is still new to the game? Does it kind of clamp down the defense a little bit?
Our team?
Yeah, or just maybe over the years, like you notice it with other.
Well, I think we talked about it in between periods when we had a chance to stop there that let's make sure I can't use the language, make sure we play in front of him. It's a tough spot here. Afternoon game, the whole 9 yards comes with that. And, and I thought we played good defensively, but we played too much defense. And hopefully we can try to get it tilted the other way and spend some more time in the offensive zone.